Main event. All right, we have polygamy on the menu right here. Let's start off with this gentleman right here. We're not going to play the music, but take a look at what brother got right here. And we got a skinny man, a player, and look what he has on deck. Whoa, wait. Y'all hope y'all find a woman in shape, bruh. Y'all can't even find a woman that is in good physical condition. All right, all y'all got is slop-a-lop, gorditas, and women shaped like refrigerators and tanks. Y'all can't even get a woman. Y'all hope a woman got a pussy at this particular point. This is where we at. This is where we at in our society right here, bruh. All right, this is y'all losing the battle. You can't even, I hope I get a woman under 130 pounds. You can't even get a woman under 130 goddamn pounds. All right, that's where we at. All right, we got a full mountaintop of gorditas. Shout out to the gorditas here. And, of course, the skinny nigga. All right, it is what it is. All right. That's what you got going on. I hope I can get a woman and marry her under 20, 21, 22. All right. Not today, fellas. This is what y'all got on the menu. This is what y'all got. And if you a low-level ninja, if you a catfish of the dating marketplace, if you a black man, if you a Latino man, a brown-skinned man, you about to get nothing but garbage out here. That's what you about to get, garbage. All right, you ain't getting nothing at the top of the market. You getting all bottom of the marketplace, more than likely. And you got to turn shit. You got to pour syrup on shit and call it pancakes. That's where you at this particular moment. And you can't lie. You're going to have to come out here and have, you're going to have lethal game out here. Not to get, I mean, you can't even find women that ain't a little shaped like this out here, brother. Shout out to these women out here. But there he is right there. Shout out to that guy right there with those beautiful women. But we do have another brother out here that says he has 5 wives and 11 kids. He's going to tell us a story. There's music in the background. And this might get sniped if it's on the TLC. Is this the future? You know, is this Isaiah 4-in-1? Is this something that you guys would find that you need in your life? Or do you find this to be one big headache? All right, so we'll play the video right here. Fair use.
I get 5 wives. It just happened over time because, quite frankly, I was cheating on all of these girls at the same time, and I was missing out on my kids. I've always been a multiple girl type of guy, and I was like, look, I can pull this off.
Hi, Scene TV. This is our story.
Okay. All right, it's Scene TV. I don't know if this is going to mess up the stream, but take a look at what he has. All right, he has a black man's dream. He has no black women. He has thick white women, pale skin, porcelain skin white woman, and gorditas. All right, this is a heaven right here. Not a skinny woman in sight. Them women all look fertile and plump. All right. Look at them cankles in here, man. All right, we got 3 Latinas and a poggy porcelain skin white woman. All right. I'm in heaven. All right, so if you're going to get multiple women, what is the likelihood that you'll get all attractive women? All right, Slim the Nun and Slim just died. For those that want to practice polygamy or polygyny or any poly relationship, to be frank, you're not going to get all attractive women at all. There's no damn way. All right, I mean, it's hard to get 1 attractive woman, let alone 5. And looking at this particular picture, these women ain't bad looking, all right, but they just milly in the mouth. They're just average. And shout out to this guy right here. No jealousy, no shade, no shade. All right, but let's play the video here. We're getting introduced to this couple.
Same time, and I was missing out on my kids. I've always been a multiple girl type of guy, and I was like, look, I can pull this off.
Hi, Scene TV. This is our story. Currently, everybody that lives at our house is our 5 wives, including myself, our husband James, and 11 kids, as well as...
All right, I have to, the music's in the video, so I can't do this. I can't do it without the music. But as you can see here, he's taking care of his kids and his family and these women. Everybody seems to be happy. Shout out to them. It's something that you could do.
3 little babies that are on the way.
I'm legally married to Cameron. We were together since 2012, and we stayed together until 2023 before I decided to fully become poly. Quite frankly, 3 years ago, I didn't even know what being poly was. Like I said, I was doing a lot of cheating. Even though I was with Kim, and I got with these other girls, I never stopped loving her. But I also had in my heart, feelings for these other girls just as strong. I was tired of hurting girls in the way that I was. I was getting older. Also, I have kids involved, so I wanted to mature up. Up until that point, I thought the option was monogamy, staying single, or cheating.
All right, so that's a good point he's making here. I'm going to tell you, man, I got to the point where I just accepted that I'm non-monogamous and that I refuse to pursue any relationships under the umbrella of monogamy, meaning that one of the first things that I would introduce is that there would be no chance at monogamy if a woman's pushing a relationship. So, I'm not relationship oriented either, but if a woman's constantly pushing it, I will have to remind her there will be no monogamy on my part. All right. So some people don't agree with that. That's your own bag. That's between you and your own God. You might decide that that's an unhealthy way to live, but I thought that it would free me up for putting that up front initially. So he said, I thought I was only monogamy, single, or cheating, which does mean in effect that if he is hell-bent on having a family, that one of those things would put the family at risk. But if he pursues it and says, hey, ladies, listen, this is what it is, and the ladies agree to it, then it's a fair game. I think this is fair at this particular point. Not saying that I would do it, but this is certainly fair. Okay. Fair. All right, so here we go. And as long as they're able to support these kids financially without my taxes going to it, we'll see if that's possible.
I didn't know that there was another form.
He actually sent out a mass text message to all of us in the same group chat, telling us all how he was sorry, but he wanted to be with all of us, and he was already with all of us. It was very hard, and I was really caught off guard. At first, I was not for it. I've been dealing with him for my entire life with cheating, but after a while and talking to him and communicating with him a lot, and I just love him so much that I wanted to make him happy, and I wanted to make this relationship work.
Stopping right there for fair use purposes to offer criticism and commentary. Guys, I think this is we're doing this anyway. So anybody that thinks we're not doing this and they find this to be weird, if you're a woman and you find this to be weird, guys, we're doing this off paper anyway. We're not even practicing monogamy at all. We don't even practice the real authentic monogamy at all, which is one partner for life. We can't even stay married and divorced. We go fully legal with the person and then boom, all right, blow it up. And then you're with another person and you're celebrating your schizoidism. You're celebrating the fact that you can't meet. So we're already doing this, and there's already an 80-20 rule, and you will find that if a man has value or the woman sees him as a leader, value, money, stat, whatever it is, they'll pile in like this. Even if it's separate apartments and a man's got a girl here, they'll do this all day long. So you would think that women would want a man all by themselves. They say they do, but in theory, we're not practicing this at all. We're practicing this, but undercover, not in one household, but especially those type of women you see there. Okay, let me go ahead and show you, which is, I think it's ideal. It's advantageous for them to do this. Where's the picture group of the women here? All right, here we go right here. We did find the group. Okay, especially these women. All right. I mean, what are they going to do? Get their own man? Okay. Would it be better for them to get their own man and struggle with you niggas or be under him? I don't know what he does, but you will find that more women would be willing to do this. In fact, polygynous relationships far favor the women. If you want to play who's going to get the better deal and who's not, we can agree monogamy in marriage gives men a raw deal. But then when you look at polygyny, the women get way better deal than the guy. The guy gets a far worse deal. Although he gets this idea that he doesn't have to maintain monogamy, right? He gets to take that chip off the table and then have sex with multiple women, which does mean that he might have a limit to this, right? Like, how many times can he sexually satisfy and keep up with 5 women? What's the likelihood that he'll want a 6th, or he'll have to go cheat on these 5 to go get another one? He'll be pretty much worn out. He'll be worn out. Now, let's go back to this part right here. Let me see. I'm going to take this down because I've been looking for this video to play, and I finally played it. We're doing this already. So anybody that is against this and you want to put your morality on top of this, well, I'm sorry, it's too late. We're already doing this in the dating world anyway. In the dating world, it already can see this already happening here. So let me play this real quick. Oh, give me 1 second.
The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the blue chip mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open.
Here. All right. Here we go right here. So this woman right here is going to say the same thing. Let's play the video. All right, hold on for a second. Shout out to the sister. Let me give her some volume. Give her some volume.
There are more women on this planet than men. In the United States, we have about a quarter of our population in jail. Another quarter of our population identifies as LGBTQ. So with that being said, it is a nigga shortage out here. It is a shortage of available good niggas out here. So for all you bitches that think you deserve your own nigga, like your own personal nigga, like that's only yours. Like, okay, it's some women that do, but are you that bitch? Like, what do you bring to the table and make you think you deserve your own nigga and it's a nigga shortage? Sis, grow up. You gonna have to share that nigga. That's our nigga.
And so if this woman's having this conversation to the ladies, do you think they're having this conversation with other women? You know what I mean? Like, hey, in the case of this guy right here, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, there ain't that many good ones out here. There's a shortage. There's a shortage of emotionally available, financially stable men. All right. So 3 gorditas for him. You know what I mean? You get 3 las gorditas. All right. You get 3 skis. Or you get 3 gorditas. There's a man shortage out here. They're telling you that. There's no economically attractive men. All right, you act these women out here. They're like, hey, look, what am I fighting another him? Looking like, you know, plain Janes? Yeah. All right, so this is where it is right here. But the women are going to benefit from this greatly because now when it comes to cooking and cleaning, one woman doesn't have to do it all. So they can split up the responsibilities. It's going to cause a fight and frustration. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could go left on this one. But one woman doesn't have to feel like she has to work and come home and do all the cooking and cleaning. There could be women that work and women that do the house chores or the housework. There could be housewives and there could be girls that have a job, right? So now she doesn't feel like, man, I got to come home and I forgot to take the chicken breast out of the freezer. Maybe one of these Las Gorditas can do it. Maybe one girl makes good tamales and chimichangas and arroz con pollo and goddamn frit. Yeah. All right. And so we can have an arroz con pollo and tamales tonight. Or maybe when the Millie Mouth Muskrat comes out, we having baked chicken with no seasoning. Maybe they can take turns. So then it becomes a balanced situation where there's no pressure on one female. That might be desirable. That might be desirable for this group of women. Hey, I can't speak for them, but they might find it desirable. So let's see how they're living. That's what I have to find out. So they do have mad kids. A lot of mulattoes being out of this house. Huevos rancheros. All right, a lot of huevos rancheros and all of that. All right, so here we go.
I wanted to make this relationship work.
One of the things that was very hard for me at the beginning was the initial shock of how well he also got along with everybody else and like their own love language in their relationship.
We all have jealousy moments, but we're also all not very aggressive. So it really works. Because imagine if we were all like, aggressive. This would be like a fight club house. Like.
All right, shout out to this nigga right here. He's showing teeth.
Niggas always gotta show they
Notice this, and I want to bring this point up. I'm not vouching for their relationship, but I want you to notice this right there and take a look at this group of women. All right, he definitely has a type. All right, most of these women ain't fat yet, but some of these women are pregnant. She said, we have our jealousy issues. Because that's the first thing people are going to come up with, and it's understandable. Oh, man, how do you deal with that? These women are going to be jealous. But I'm going to ask you something. When you're in a monogamous relationship, does that eliminate jealousy? Think about this. Think about this. If you're in a monogamous relationship, is jealousy automatically eliminated? Do you not have periods where people are jealous? That you're single, you're committed in monogamous relationships, and jealousy is almost always present, even when you're in monogamy. So-called practicing monogamy. You flirt with a waiter. She talks to the nigga at the gas station too long. All right, and the jealousy still appears. So when people say, I bet they're jealous and this and that, just because you're in monogamy, there's still jealousy in monogamous relationships. Still jealousy. Who you texting? Why you texting a guy? Oh, he just my coworker. So there's still jealousy in monogamy. You don't say poly is going to promote jealousy when monogamy really promotes a jealousy. It's still going to be more present in a monogamous relationship, even probably more in here, because here they ain't got no choice. Right? It's no choice here, and you know the other woman. So you just kind of eliminate all the bullshit. Whereas in a monogamous relationship, sometimes the other person is somewhat mysterious, which causes that relationship, people to lie on the relationship. Well, it's just my homie, lover, friend. It's just my work husband. It's just my play sister. It's just my work cousin. Okay? And then you wonder where the resources are going. Does he love her more? Does he love her less? Does she get more money? Does she get less? All right, you eliminate all that, and thus you can just see it right play out in front of you. So they are more content to deal with the jealousy that way, but you're not eliminating jealousy by being monogamous at all.
It really works. Because imagine if we were all like aggressive. This would be like a fight club house. Like, I didn't tell my family about this for a long time. My mom was like, absolutely not. This is not right, Cameron. You deserve better. I had to keep explaining to her, like, this is what I want. I love him. I love these women. I love all these children. And today, she's coming around.
Online, it's hard. They'll say that the kids are brainwashed or the kids are being manipulated. They'll say that I'm manipulating these women. That's hard, because people think that we're a certain way when we're really not.
This music is killing me.
I would say that one of the positives of raising kids in a polygamous home is that they all get to live together and be around their siblings.
All right, let's talk about that. Guys, when you have one kid, that kid commands all of your attention. And typically, most people are having one kid, maybe two. And what'll happen is you have to do more as a parent for one kid. You have to do more as a parent for two kids. And if they're two different genders like I had, which were similar ages, they were only 16 months apart. You gotta focus. You're doing all the juggling and this and that and this. And if you have a one parent or two parents, you're doing all the work. And you're entertaining the kid. You got to do this with the kid. You got to watch the kid. But in this particular group, the older children can help the younger children. The other women can help alleviate some of that stress. So I'm just looking at it from a pragmatic point of view, is when you have multiple kids, what'll happen is the older kids, there will be a gap in age to where the older kids can assist with the younger kids. Right? And you're not babysitting the kid all day. You're not trying to entertain the kid all day. You're not trying to pacify the kid all day. You'll have an older kid that the baby look up to, and then you can actually do some raising of the kids in that particular environment. Now, we're just looking at the things that can benefit. But when you're a single parent and when you have a kid and you're maybe a parent, you only have one child, you're doing all the entertaining. You're making sure they ain't cutting up. You ain't got nobody to snitch and tattletale. You got to take them everywhere. You got to buckle them in a seatbelt, take them every day, pick them up and take them off and pick. But when you have kids like these people, you have an age gap, and you can be like, all right, the kids that are at the 12-year-old, they can watch the 6 and 7-year-olds. So it takes a little bit more parental pressure off, but there's going to be a lot more chaos. All right. It's a lot more chaos.
I have 5 moms, so of course I get any game I want.
I have 5 moms, of course I get straight A's.
I have 5 moms. Of course if one says no, I'm asking no.
I have 5 moms, so of course I get any snack I want.
When it comes to the little kids, they absolutely love it. They get 5 moms' attention on them all day long.
My wives are happy, our kids are happy. We're not pushing this on to our children. Like, I'm not telling my oldest son, like, hey, you get
this fucking music
older, you need 5 women. We also express to our kids that it's a choice. You know, it's not something that you have to do. Right now, my wives and I, we're just accepting applications for the number 6. They say they don't like it.
All right, so he wants some more here. He wants some more kids. He wants another wife. All right, and nobody in this group is over a 5. Right, they're all 5s or below. All right, but that's neither here nor there. You're not going to get all fine-ass wives.
Odd numbers.
You just need some that you can breed like a goddamn cow. And there's some cows right there in this goddamn. There's some breeders in this, but he wants more.
So this will probably be the last. No, this 100% will be the last.
All right. So he wants a new piece of calico.
Are seen. Are you?
All right, there we go. Whoever produced this piece of content is a terrible producer with this fucking music. Awful. Awful. Well, whoever produced this content, fire this person. With all that loud ass music in the back, that's going to get me copywritten. All right. But anyway, I'm here to tell you that this is what we're doing anyway off paper. Certainly in the single marketplace, people are dating multiple people. People have rotations and rosters. Women certainly do. Men certainly do. Then when you get down to marriage, monogamous marriage, and church-based, faith-based marriage, there's just as many affairs in church and faith-based marriages than they are in secular marriages. So I don't know if anybody's going to make a Bible case against this, but biblically, polygyny is what you saw in the Bible in the Old Testament, then progressing to the one economic system of one God, one wife, one husband. Then you got into that later in the New Testament. But when it comes down to it, when people make this choice, I find that people fight this more than they fight these whores and skeezers. All right, which is ironic. This right here, where the man clearly seems to have a benefit, people can't stand that. Now, how in the hell? Somebody make this make sense. Why is this guy the demon? Out of all the people that we demonize, or all the people that we give passes, y'all give passes to transgenders, y'all give passes to gay people raising and adopting children, y'all give them a pass. Y'all give a pass to Madonna adopting black kids, y'all give her a pass. When a man wins or perceives to win or looks like he has an advantage, it's all bad. Okay, we shouldn't be doing this. Now y'all want to thump that Bible. Now you want to thump that Bible. Now you want to say prayers. Now you want to cast niggas into hell. See, what I tell you is, what people don't like is when men win. They don't like when women win either. But when men win, they want to pull them back. No, don't do it. Don't do it. This man got a family. He's supporting his kids by all means. We don't know if they're on welfare or not. They look like they're living well. They have a balanced household. We don't know what the fuck is going on. But guess what? Guess what? What we're going to see more economically is this. We're not in the old economic world. We're in the global world order. We're in the global world order. Because of the economy, and by the way, I said this years ago, because of the economy and where the economy is going to go, you're going to see this. You're going to see this eventually in public because of the need for it. Women are not in the affirmative action years anymore, and certainly aren't not in the action of the advances of DEI. Women are in a financial bind. They're already doing this. They're already doing this. Some women got sugar daddy, a boyfriend, a husband. Okay, women are reaching and getting support from multiple men. But I called this way long time ago when I was writing my book, The Evolution. We're going to see this as a need, not as a desire. We're going to see it as a need, as it is a desire. It is a need already. People are already doing this need. They're just doing it not under one roof. Okay. Excuse me for that. If you enjoyed this clip, check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world order.